You are 22, and it is your 15th day at a job you will not allow yourself to hate. The fluorescents hum at the same pitch as a refrigerator. The carpet is the color of dust. You unwrap a sad turkey sandwich at your desk during your lunch hour, open the calculator on your laptop, and out of pure idle curiosity you multiply your annual salary by 43. The number of working years between you and 65. The number that comes back is enormous, and it should make you feel rich, but instead it makes you feel like a door has quietly closed behind your back without anyone telling you. You cannot unsee it. That night you stay up reading until 2 in the morning, falling down a rabbit hole nobody at the office mentioned at orientation. You find a rule that has been hiding in plain sight your entire life. If you save 25 times what you spend in a year, the interest on it will pay for the rest of your years on this earth. You do the math 3 times because the answer feels illegal. $1 million. $40,000 a year, forever. You sit on the floor of your studio with a notepad balanced on your knee and write the number down, and it sits there on the page like an instruction you cannot ignore. By the next morning, you have a plan that nobody has asked you to make. You will save 70 cents of every dollar that lands in your account. You will let raises pile into the brokerage instead of into your life. You will refuse for 8 years every upgrade that smiling salespeople try to sell you. You will keep score in a small spiral notebook you bought at a drugstore for $3, and on the first page you write, in careful block letters, the only number that matters. 1 million. You underline it twice. You take a room in a 4-bedroom house with 3 other men you have not yet learned to like, and you pay $620 a month for the bedroom that gets morning light. You buy a Honda Civic with 140,000 miles on it for $4,200 in cash, from a man who admits, before you ask, that the air conditioner does not always work. You make the same turkey sandwich every weekday morning and put it in the same brown bag, and you eat it at the same desk under the same fluorescent hum. And you watch your coworkers spend $12 a day on lunch like men quietly setting fire to $2,500 a year. The years stack up the way bricks do, slowly and then suddenly into a wall. Your friends move out of group houses and into 1-bedrooms with exposed brick. They buy used Audis on 6-year notes and call it being adults. They post engagement rings and lake cabins and trips to Cabo and birthday dinners at restaurants you have never heard of. You do not. You go to the cheap ones. You wear the same blue sweater for 3 winters. They start to ask, half joking, what exactly you are saving for, and you find that you cannot quite answer them because the truth, that you are buying back your own life decades early, sounds either like madness or like a brag, and you are not yet ready to say it out loud. The notebook fills with rows of pencil. 40,000, 90,000, 150,000. You start writing milestones in the margins beside the numbers in tiny block print. 6-figure threshold at 24, $250,000 at 26, $500,000 at 28. And the gap between your number and the 1 million begins to look for the first time like something a real person could actually close. You start sleeping better, not because you are tired, but because you are walking towards something. Your boss gives you a raise and you do not move. Your roommate moves out and you do not move. You stay small on purpose. At 29, you are sitting in the same Civic in your office parking lot on a Wednesday in October, the engine off, refreshing the brokerage app on your phone like a man waiting for test results. The market has done its quiet thing again, and the number on the screen ticks $1 at a time, the way water rises against a seawall. 997,000, 998,000, 999, and then a comma where there was not a comma the moment before. $1,110. You do not move for a full minute. You do not cry, exactly, but your hands forget what they are for. You do not tell anyone for 2 weeks. You go to work like a normal person. You answer your emails. You eat your turkey sandwich. Then, on a Friday in early November, you walk into your manager's office and you resign without explanation, because the explanation is impossible to give without sounding like you are bragging or lying. You walk out at 5. You take the elevator down with 2 other people, and they do not know they are riding down with a man who is never coming back. You drive home with the windows down and cold air and the radio off, because you do not want anything in your ears that is not yours. The first month is everything they told you it would be. You sleep until 9, then 10, then a little past 11. You drink coffee on a small back porch and watch a cardinal land on a fence post and sit there for so long it begins to feel like the cardinal is the one with somewhere to be. You read books that have been waiting for you on a shelf for years. You walk in the middle of the day, slowly, in places that are empty because everyone else is at a desk under a fluorescent hum that no longer has anything to do with you. And then, by the 5th or 6th week, the strangest thing begins to happen. The days start to feel the same shape. You wake at 11 and lie there for an extra 40 minutes because the thing that used to push you out of bed, the alarm, the meeting, the man who signed your check, is gone, and you have not yet built anything to replace it. Your friends are unreachable from 9 to 6 because they are doing the thing you spent 8 years escaping. By Wednesday afternoon, you cannot remember what you did Tuesday. By Sunday, you cannot remember the whole week. The freedom that took you a decade to earn is sitting in your living room like a guest who will not say what he wants. It does not arrive like a thunderclap. It arrives one ordinary morning in the kitchen, standing in front of an open refrigerator with no particular reason to take anything out of it. You spent every year since 22 optimizing your life to escape something. You never sat down for an afternoon and asked what you were running toward. You won the game and you turned to celebrate, and the stands were empty, because you were the only one who knew the rules. The dread that walks into the kitchen with you that morning is not the dread of money. It is the older one. It is the dread of a person who has no reason to get up tomorrow. So you do the only thing a person who has spent a decade keeping a small notebook knows how to do. You write a new sentence at the top of a fresh page. What is worth my afternoons? You sit with the question for a week before you have an answer, and the answer when it comes is so small it almost embarrasses you. You drive down to the public library on a Tuesday and you ask the woman behind the reference desk if they need anyone to tutor algebra after school for free on Tuesday evenings. She looks at you the way people look at someone who has clearly made a mistake. You tell her you have time. She gives you a folding chair, a folding table, and a sign she prints on a printer that hums like a fluorescent light used to. The first Tuesday, one kid shows up. A freshman with a borrowed graphing calculator and a worksheet folded into eighths in his back pocket. You show him how to find the slope of a line. He gets it. 3 weeks later, there are 4 kids. 2 months later, there are 11, and you bring extra calculators in a milk crate, and you stay late teaching one of them how compound interest works, drawing the same small curve you once drew for yourself at 22 on the floor of a studio apartment. You sleep that night, the way you used to sleep when the notebook was filling up. Because once again, you are walking towards something. It is a Tuesday in the library, and you are at a folding table under a quiet yellow light, eating a turkey sandwich while a 10th grader works through a problem in front of you. There is no alarm waiting for you anywhere. There is no fluorescent hum. There is no one above you, and no door has quietly closed behind your back. You did not retire to stop working. You retired so that you could finally sit on a Tuesday in the library and choose what was worth working for.